pandemic sheds new light. Water was often ignored for spending and investment because the economic benefits of better water and sanitation were not emphasized. Many countries were at worse risk in the coronavirus because of poor water infrastructure. We wish the importance of better water was paid more attention. According to World Water Day, decades of chronic underfunding of water infrastructure is putting many countries at worse risk in the coronavirus crisis, with more than half the global population lacking access to safely managed sanitation. Tonight I will explain poor water infrastructure, how lack of access to sanitation resource impacts population, why this problem is failing to solve, and what we as a member of society can do to have sanitate recourse of water. A serious problem is decades of chronic underfunding of water. A big issue is lack of access to sanitized water. According to Chief Executive of the charity WaterAid, 3/4 of households don't have access to somewhere to wash with soap and water. According to WHO and UNICEF, 2 billion lack access to safe, available water at home and sanitation. According to United Nations Children's Fund and the World Health Organization, some 2 billion people around the world do not have safely managed drinking water, while 4 billion go without safe sanitation services and 3 billion lack basic hand washing facilities. Poor water may not be considered as an important risk factor, but the critical aspect of that obvious during coronavirus pandemic. Poor water causes serious problem in different aspects of life. There is a huge impact on child health. According to States of World Water 2018, around 289,000 children under 5 died because of diarrhea that is linked to dirty water. And this is not normal. It is a crisis we're not ignored. Poor water also slowed down the economic growth of society. An estimated $260 billion is lost globally each year due to lack of basic water and sanitation. In Cambodia, for example, poor sanitation has led to economic loss of $448 million per year, which translates into per capita loss of approximately $32. The importance of underfunding clean water project has been ignored. Here are some reasons why this problem is not solved. We are failing to solve this problem for 3 reasons. Economic importance of water and sanitation was not emphasized. The economic cost of an outbreak such as COVID-19 are enormous. When people cannot work because of sickness or lockdowns, realizing the economic importance of water and sanitation should provide an additional catalyst for greater investment. Also, manager of the water and sanitation said at least $7 billion a year was being lost in economic productivity in Southeast Asian countries through neglect of issue. The majority of the losses in some area came not from the ill health to poor people, but tourists. Also, people like to pay for the water coming to their home rather than pay for transporting and treatment of water. Treating wastewater is several times more expensive than treating the source water in the first place. So it falls on government to foot the bill, and since they do not recognize the economic value of wastewater treatment, the political will behind such spending is low. The process of converting sea water to something less briny that could be used on farms and in homes has long been viewed as at last resort for meeting our water needs. The technology is expensive, energy intensive, and only suitable in some areas. People also mistrust of local authorities. For example, Flint water crisis in Michigan began in 2014 when the city switched its drinking water supply from Detroit system to the Flint River in a cost-saving move. Inadequate treatment and testing of water resulted in a series of major water quality and health issues for Flint residents. Issues that were chronically ignored by government was causing skin rashes, hair losses, and also itchy skin. In society, the impacts of underfunding water are very critical. With considering our negligence to find a solution for this problem helps to overcome serious problem in health, economic, and general high quality of life's individual. Now that we understand the problem, let's look toward ways to make a difference. We can help to solve the problem of poor water. First, we can upgrade water system. We can replace old pipelines, which many are corroded. Due to our complacency, only a serious crisis that could leave people without access to tap water is likely to free up the financial resources needed to bring water infrastructure, which in many places still include pipes from 80s into 20th century. We can also build more efficient and environmentally friendly sewage treatment center. According to UN Water Report, 3% and 7% of all greenhouse gas emission globally, more than flying. Processing sewage can turn wastewater from a source of carbon to a source of clean energy if the methane is captured and used in place of natural gas. For instance, in Las Cruces, grown exponentially in the last 30 years, so has the city's need to handle an increasing amount of wastewater, currently totaling 3.3 billion gallons of sewage per year. Second, water will be sanitized if we change our attitude and act individually. Avoid polluting the water. Do not pour fat from cooking, grease down the sink. Keep a fat jar under the sink to collect the fat and discard in the solid waste when full. We should learn how to conserve the water, and we do not flush pills, liquids, and medication or any drugs into the toilet. We should encourage friends and loved ones to use a water filtration system under kitchen faucet, refrigerator, or a water pitcher. Most water-saving toilets and urinal are still flushed with potable water, and it is estimated that up to 20% of the available drinking water in the world is flushed down the drain wastefully. So tonight we have learned about a large impact of poor water, provided some statistical example, how underfunding water can affect life, and how we as a society need to change the structural and attitudinal way to avoid more future tragedy. I hope you leave tonight with a better understanding of how having clean water is important. Every life is dependent to sanitize water, and all diseases can be prevented. Thank you.